around that. So
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You are watching Comic-Con Africa 2020. Yes, and it is day 3. We're having a blast in the studio. I'm sure you guys are having a blast at home. Please let us know how you feel about it. Tell us who's your favorite guest so far. Come on, guys. Let's be interactive. Let's have fun. But right now, we're about to cross over to my main man, DJ Elliott.
Hey, Robbie, thanks. Good morning. It's very early still for me here, but we have a fantastic international cosplay artist with us here today, and that is Leon Chiro. What's happening, man? How you doing?
Hey everyone, what's up? Good morning. I'm so happy to be here. Thanks a lot for your time, guys. I'm very happy. It feels like we're all together. Even if we're home, we're all together in the same time. Do you guys hear me well? See me well?
Yeah, man, you're definitely looking better than I am. It's morning for me because I'm in the United States. It's the afternoon there. I have no clue where you are. Where are you calling from today?
I'm calling from Italy right now in a city near Pisa, and yeah, I'm just here. We are doing a pro wrestling camp, training super hard this week. So it's pretty cool. We have like a wonderful community in here. We are trying to be as much as motivated, positive these days, you know, and we keep the smile going, and we stay here. We're sharing this energy together. I'm here to spread all the positivity, all the motivation, and I'm actually super happy to be here.
You were on your way to join us last year, and you didn't quite make it. But are you going to be with us next year?
I will be there next year, anytime, twice.
Good.
Yeah.
Every time Comic-Con Africa happens, you'll be there. Perfect. That's wonderful. I'll make sure to get that in writing from you.
It will be like a 100% priority to me. It doesn't matter what I have to do in my life. I will be there because this is the #1 event, and I want to be part of it.
I mean, they have produced some world champion cosplay winners the last couple of years. So I mean, they're stepping it up as someone that's been around the circuit here in the United States. Like they came to play. Now how long have you been cosplaying for? And
I started in 2011. And I started to do this for a living in 2016 when I started to travel all around the world. And I realized that cosplay is the most beautiful form of art that connects people around the world, that makes people feel more connected despite all the places we're living, despite all the the differences of cultures, of religions, or whatsoever. We are all linked together under the same passion of cosplay. And this is, like, in my opinion, one of the most beautiful messages that we can give today through our content creation.
Now, what was that very first cosplay? What was it that got you started?
Well, that's a while ago. It was still in 2011, and it was Tidus from Final Fantasy X. Yes, that was my first cosplay, and I discovered this community the first time. I didn't know that the community was going to be so huge at the beginning, and I was surprised to see how many people out there share my same passions and my same love for video games. Back in that time, I was tending to hide a little bit that I was playing video games because I felt that it was not cool. I felt that I was not well accepted. But then I realized, thanks to cosplay, that we don't need to be afraid. We don't have to be ashamed of having a passion or something. We need to be proud of who we are every single day of our lives, of what we love, and we don't have to be afraid of sharing our own passion to the world, because it will be amazing to discover how many people out there has the same passion, and we're all a huge family. So yeah.
Now, talking with cosplayers as much as I've had the opportunity to do, a lot of them talk about, that first time that they stepped on stage, like when they finally made the decision of, okay, I've been walking around the conventions, but now I need to take that next step and get on stage. Was that difficult for you?
Well, I was coming from the modeling, and I was studying theater before. So it was, let's say, I was feeling pretty much on my own field, but the emotions are always different, because you're not only doing a show and mixing your art on the stage, you are having like a community out there loving the character in that moment. You're not interpreting like a theater character, but you are interpreting a character that you really love from your favorite video game, and you mix all the personal feelings on that, and you do your best on the stage and try to perform and entertain everybody. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to see the stage in Comic-Con Africa. I'm really looking forward to see you guys next year. And I still remember my first times. That was like when I first stepped on the stage. I remember like I did many competitions. You know, I did like many before stopping to do competitions, and I started to be jury. But it's always like an emotion. It's not about the competition. It's about the message and the performance you give out there for the people, for the audience, for yourself, or the character you love, you know?
Yes. So, so you mentioned that you're a fan of video games. Now, obviously, with what's been going on in the world, you've probably had plenty of time to play some video games. Any new favorites out right now?
I might be a slight fan, you know, like I might have played a few games out there, you know. I know I'm also like, I love video games so much that I also started to study in university, which is Vigamus Academy, specialized on video games. So I'm taking also like, I'm working on a degree right now, on a master degree for digital, so it's like digital marketing in video games, social and digital marketing in video games. So I love the video games world so much that I wanted to get involved as much as I could. And I think video games featuring cosplay are a very deep way of telling a story that lets the player not only read the story, but decide how to make the story, you know, because you are the first character, you know, and you control the story. You can go on the right, you can go on the left to decide how to play, you know, you decide the difficulty. Well, the lockdown has been like pretty productive video game wise, you know, like we have like a lot of games to stream on the different platforms, and it's been a lot of fun. Like this year was really, really good.
So what was the surprise hit? What's the game that you enjoyed the most currently? Not in the past, like what's out now that you're like, this is the game right here.
Like nowadays or this year?
This year, just this year. I'm not going to do the whole long, just what have you played this year and been like, holy crap, this is the best?
Well, I got emotionally involved a lot into Final Fantasy VII Remake. You know, as a huge fan of the saga, I decided to not high my expectations too much, you know, and just enjoy the connection I had with the video game. And so it was really intense, especially because they kind of changed something from the original one, but mixing them with a more modern interpretation of video games. And I think it was a masterpiece. I really got like super involved with that, and that was so beautiful. I'm also recently like playing Fall Guys with my community, and we're having so much fun. We're laughing so much because it's so simple, you know, but you just keep falling, you know, and that's super fun. And I'm also playing with, as I said, I'm on a little tour right now, a training tour for the pro wrestling camp, and there are like other little guys around me, you know, like little guys, wrestlers, fighters, you know, and we end up playing like brothers, you know, WWE Battlegrounds, Capitan Tsubasa, all these games together, Tekken also as well, like it's fighting games, you know. We're having a lot of fun these days.
All right, so we have some questions from the audience that we've been streaming on YouTube, and I asked anybody if they had any questions for you. And Elaine has a question, and she wants to know if you could remake or revisit any of the cosplays that you've done, which one would it be?
Well, I think like I can talk for all the cosplayers out there. I don't think is there any cosplayer out there fully satisfied of their own costumes, because we are cosplayers, we are artists, we are like a very creative category of art, you know, and I think nobody out there is satisfied. Everybody wants to remake, because cosplaying is all about improving once again, and I'm pretty sure that everybody today would make better than yesterday. That's why it's so beautiful, you know. If I had like a chance to make like a huge improvement of costumes, I think I would take like a 2012 costume, which is a character from Final Fantasy 13 Part 2, which is called Caius Ballad, and he's the main villain in 13-2. He's also one of the most complicated and the most complex armors I made by myself, with a huge sword. With that was like a lot of work, you know. And I would really love to remake it with techniques I learned during all these years, especially for the makeup. And I would really love to remake the sword lighter, because I made it in wood, and that was not a good idea back at the time. I would have preferred, to use EVA foam just to pretend it was, oh, it's heavy. Oh my God, look how I hold it, but I was like holding a full sword, full wood, it was like 170. I don't know how many inches is 170, but 170 centimeters pretty much. Like it's like really, it's a huge sword, and I was holding this sword pretending it was not heavy, but it was hella heavy, and I would make it bigger. But cosplay is about interpreting. You need to interpret. Like being calm, even if you're having a lot of struggles, like holding the sword. It's okay, Leon. Tomorrow is gonna be okay. But no, I'm just taking everything as easily, and if I had time, I would like remake 100% of my cosplays.
So another question from online. Black Lily Cosplay wants to know, what is your favorite material to work with?
Well, my favorite material to work with is EVA foam because it's also the easier material I'm using to teach online how to make some different props and different armors. I normally stream on my platforms, and I do my best to give my advices and to show people how I make my own crafts in order to, I don't know, to maybe that might be like helpful for somebody out there, to improve their techniques or to see different techniques. Like for example, if I see a cosplayer that I admire a lot and I see how they make armors, I'm 100% that I have something to learn from that. It doesn't matter the cosplay level, you always have something to learn. So I think EVA foam is the easiest and cheapest material in the same time, like putting like a comparison between quality and price to use for everybody. And it's really I don't know how to say that in English, but it's really like generating a lot of creativity when you have this material, because you can cut it very, very easily. You can glue it, you can bend it with a heat gun, and I think it's the best material to use, especially for, you don't need to use resins to make like an armor. That's what I'm saying.
That's very cool. Do you have a trying to make sure I get this right? I missed one. What is the most challenging cosplay you've ever done?
Well, I think it was All Might from My Hero Academia. Because All Might, he is like the #1 hero, like he's my inspiration and my goal of life, like helping somebody out there when they need, with a smile, with motivation, just by, he's just there flexing muscles. Everything is fine because I am here, Midoriya Shonen. Yes. So that was my hardest cosplay because I really wanted to make it well. So I spent a lot of money for the I have like this bodysuit, and under the bodysuit there are like some parts of my body where I have like prosthetics, and I have like huge heels. Like my shoes are like really, really tall, and it's in order to put all the right proportions to seem like, whoa, this is like superhero looking, like exaggerating the proportions, because that's not even human anymore. That's like exaggeration, and that was my most challenging cosplay, especially for the makeup, because he has all the cell shading and the wig, like anti-gravity wig, and thanks to my best friend who made that wig. That was awesome. And yeah, that was my most challenging project I had.
All right, favorite prop you've ever built?
Probably the sword I mentioned before, but I built like so many props. Like one of my favorite props I built was Agni and Rudra from Devil May Cry 3. So basically, for the people that never played Devil May Cry, Agni and Rudra are two guardians waiting for Dante, which is the main character. He defeats these bosses, and they become like two swords, Agni and Rudra. Okay, so wind and fire, and they keep talking. So those swords keep talking, and it's funny because I put like the LED inside, and I put like Bluetooth cases, and they keep talking with the Bluetooth cases. That was like a little touch I made like in 2013, 14 actually, and I had really fun making those. That was like, I was feeling like a happy kid. I have Agni and Rudra. I'm having fun.
Now, do you prefer to build armor cosplays, or like, what's your preference? What's your?
I I love doing makeup. Like, I think doing like your own makeup and wigs, I think it's really important. And well, if I have to talk about the costume, my preferences are making like swords props, because I can after I finish, I can put them on the wall and I say, this is my creation, you know, this is my little baby, you know, and I like this. It's my pride, you know. And because with the armors, you need like a mannequin or something to build, and it takes more space. But with the swords, you can just put it on the wall and it looks like super neat, and I like that.
All right. So when you're choosing a new cosplay from a game, what is it that you're looking for?
It doesn't matter if it's a game or an anime. I always choose the character from the personal connection I feel, and for the artistic inspiration I got from the character. Okay, so if I see like a cosplay that I really feel I like and I want to bring to life, I also have to have the personal connection. So I need to love the character. Otherwise, I would never do a cosplay. I mean, personally, I would never cosplay something that I don't feel connected with. And I really love like having the makeup challenge, you know, like for example in JoJo is like one of my favorite animes, you know, like those huge buff guys like posing and doing all the JoJo poses, you know, like yes, you know, like it's super, it's a very extra anime, trust me. The JoJo community is amazing, and those characters have all the cell shading. The cell shading is a technique, you know, like a comic looking, you know, with those you know, with all those straight lines on the face, you know, with different makeup, like looking like a comic, you know. That's the cell shading, and that's super challenging. I really love JoJo. I really love doing those costumes, and especially for the makeup, that's really challenging every time. And damn, I love JoJo.
I'm sure if you want, you can do some more poses. I'm sure everybody at home really appreciates those.
I can keep going all day long doing I'm a living JoJo character, like in everyday's life, 100%.
Haley's question is, what advice would you give to a beginner or up-and-coming cosplayer who would like to take their craft to the next level and they're not sure where to start?
My first advice is to not be afraid of wasting materials, because every experience comes from wasting materials. So don't be afraid of making mistakes or errors on your builds, because everything comes with experience. And you need to be proud of yourself every single day of your life, and you need to be creative. Like, something I always give advice for, like if you have like a convention in a few months, just start building your own costume, like with a lot of time of advance, especially if it's your first time, because you don't want to rush the costume last minute. But we all know we're gonna rush the costume last minute anyway. But but it's my advice, and sometimes my advices are the hardest one to follow for me as well. But well, jokes aside, it's have fun. Don't be afraid of wasting materials, of not feeling good enough because you're amazing the way you are. You are a creator, you are an artist. We are all wonderful out there, and it doesn't matter the level of crafting. You need to make proud of yourself. You need to do that costume for yourself, for the community out there, to share and have fun. This is the most important thing. Like, have fun, make friends. Let's all be all together all around the world. It's a wonderful community.
All right, another online question, and they're correct. You've done a couple Assassin's Creed cosplays, just you know, maybe one or two.
Yeah, maybe.
Out of all of the Assassin's Creeds, which one's your favorite?
Oh, that's a wonderful question. Whoa. Well, my favorite one is Ezio Auditore da Firenze, you know, because he's Italian and he talks like a did, you know, like it's a normal.
You're the first one I've heard pronounce the name absolutely correctly, believe it or not.
Well, technically it should be like, il mio nome è Ezio Auditore da Firenze e sono un assassino. It's like, really like, serious, like, L'Oreal, my name is Ezio Auditore da Firenze and I'm an assassin. Hello, baby. I'm Italian, by the way. You know, like, he's like, no, seriously. It's, Ezio has in my opinion, one of the most beautiful stories, even because they dedicate like 3 chapters. They dedicate Assassin's Creed to Brotherhood and Revelations. And we can see all the evolution of this wonderful character, you know. I really love Ezio because I also feel like very connected with the places. It takes place in Italy, and it's really cool. I really love that game.
All right, so we do know that.
But the most challenging one. Sorry.
Oh, the challenging one. Oh, so
But the most challenging one is still Eivor from Valhalla, from the new one, because with all the full beard prosthetic, with all the Viking, like super cool, super Viking, it's like a whole different level, and that's super challenging for me as well. And that's the new one.
You're already working on that one.
I already finished. It's okay.
And then you get to deal with the wonder of, the game will come out and then you get to see more detail.
Yeah, but luckily working with Ubisoft, I had the details already because they sent the material guide before. And I was pretty lucky, like also to have this spoilers, like in the preview, like.
So what I'm going to need you to do, though, is when you get your hand on the game early, I'm going to need you to send me a copy. That's one of the ones I'm looking forward to. I got stuck on Ghost of Tsushima. I've been playing that for the last 3 days, so I wouldn't mind, seeing you put together a Jin Sakai cosplay. There'd be a lot of needlework with that one.
My dear, my beloved Elliot, I'm gonna tell you, I got stuck with Ghost of Tsushima as well, but with the photo mode. I spent 3 hours in the photo mode. I streamed that game. As soon as I started that game, I saw the photo mode, and I was like, "This is so much L'Oreal out there." It's so cool. You can choose all the leaves. You can choose all the wind, and wow, we had so much fun. We had so much fun during my streams. I really love the community out there.
Oh, I've been dragging it out. I don't want it to end. So I've just every little side quest, just trying to make it last as long as possible. Because we're all waiting for these next gen consoles to come out with all the new content. So all these studios have kind of slowed down, and I'm like, no, I've got nothing to do. I need Horizon Forbidden West. I need that too. I need all these new games to come out already. So.
No, I also have my best friend is also a martial artist, and he is the one who taught me everything regarding martial arts, katana, sword. His name is Hachi, and when I saw this game, I was like, this is a Hachi simulator. This friend of mine, I was like, I'm playing because I'm a dojo character in real life, but he's like a ninja in real life. This friend of mine, and I was like, wow, that's how he lives. That's amazing. Okay, cool. Okay, go out there. I'm going to take some pictures of you. Photo mode. Okay. In real life.
All right. So now we know that the cosplay community is large, and there's other big name cosplayers like yourselves. So Lane's question for you is, who are some other cosplayers that have inspired and motivated you?
Well, we have the ultimate bromance. We are super tight. Me and Mao Cosplay, Ben. We are really connected. I really respect him so much. His work is amazing. I'm actually, I consider my friend a big brother to all the community. I can be the big brother of anyone out there for the community. So anyone who wants any help or needs anything, just send me a message on Instagram. I'll do my best to reply to you. Just feel free to, if you have any moments, if you feel yourself hitting up against your own limit, or you feel you need more motivation, or if it's any struggles out there or anything, I can be your big brother to all the cosplayers watching out there, because I think it's more than support. I just want to support everybody. I think we're all amazing. I don't want to say that to sound too cheesy or too Italian, but I really love everybody. I have a lot of love for this community, and we are the full example of that. You said, you're calling from US. We're doing this conference for the wonderful Comic-Con Africa. It's all over the world, connected in this conference. It's amazing. It's incredible. I wouldn't think in a better way to reach so much people, through an art. And yeah.
Yeah, that the cosplay that you put together, 10 years ago is bringing you around the world. So, and I'm gonna let you in on a little secret, and I know they already know that because they're from South Africa, but there's a reason why I call in from the United States and can't wait to go there. Bro, you have no idea what they are doing down there. They are ridiculous when it comes to cosplay. When the gates opened that very first day of the first Comic-Con Africa, 80% of them were wearing some sort of cosplay. They're ridiculous. So I cannot wait to meet you in person, to take you across the street from the hotel and get the fried churros, which are amazing.
Wow. Yes.
You are you're never gonna not want to go to South Africa. They are
You say fry what? Sorry?
They're the best crowd. They're the best. So don't let anybody else know it. Like all the other Comic-Cons in the world, Africa, South Africa. That's the place to go. So
I know that's why, as I told you earlier, like this event has 100% of priority to me. So
no, you will always be there. You know, it's like a 19-hour plane flight for me, but I do it every year.
Doesn't matter the length of the journey, but the destination, my friend.
Oh, there you go, being all Italian again.
Exactly. What can I tell you? It doesn't matter the length of the journey. It doesn't matter the destination. You know, the beautiful, the sunset. You know.
All right. So before we go,
Yeah.
Where can everybody find you? What's the best way to find you online?
You can find me everywhere. You can find me on all the platforms. I'm also stream on the Violet platform as well. And yeah, as I said, if you want to reach me out, guys, on Instagram, or if you want to see my content, you can see them on Instagram as well, on Facebook, or all the other social medias. And yeah, that's pretty much everything. But I'm more than everything, I'm really looking forward to see you guys in Rio next year.
And the same for everybody. There's a ton of love for you on YouTube. Thank you, everybody, for your questions and your comments. Leon, thank you for your time. Cannot wait to see you in person and chat with you and introduce you to all the lovely South African fans. So everybody now is clapping and applauding. Everybody, one more time, Leon, Chiro, thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you real soon. So now we're going to go back to the studio to hear a couple quick things from our sponsors before we jump in to our casual cosplay competition. So thank you.